May I come in, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Akash, Hindi or English?
Sir, English.
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 Good. Now, what are the other words for Akash? Synonyms.
Ashman, Gagan.
Vyom. Korba is a district in Chhattisgarh.
Yes, sir.
When was it formed as district?
So it was formed in 2000 with the division of Chhattisgarh.
And before that, what was it?
So we were under Bilaspur district.
Bilaspur district.
Yes.
How far is it from Bilaspur district?
So 94 kilometers.
94 kilometers. If I'm not wrong, it's on the main line, Calcutta, Chennai line. Which
Sir,
goes-
the line connects to Ranchi to Bilaspur, then Raipur, and it moved forward to Mumbai.
Okay.
Yes.
And what other districts it borders with?
Sir, Champa, Raigad.
Champa is also new district
Yes, sir. Champa is also near. Then there is very recent district called Sakti.
called Sakti.
Shakti. Yes, sir. And we have a
Sakti
border
was earlier in Raipur.
in Champa.
Champa.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then we have Raigad. We have Sarguja. We have Korea.
Okay.
Yes.
What is ODOP of Korba?
Sir, it's Mahua.
Mahua.
Yes, sir.
So that means brewing of alcohol will also be very rampant there.
Yes, sir. It is to some extent.
It is legal or illegally also.
No, sir. It's illegal. Brewing alcohol from Mahua is illegal.
Okay. And what industries does Korba have?
So Korba has mainly rice industry. Means milling of rice, custom milling. Along with that, we have ash brick industry. We have NTPC. We have Balco.
What are the problems of Korba district?
So pollution is the by far biggest problem. in
Because of
Korba.
the industries?
Yes, sir. Coal, majorly coal and ash bricks. The ash which you produce from the thermal power plant, it is a very big pollutant in Korba. Other than that, we have tribal development, education, and those are the big problems.
And what about irrigation?
So irrigation is largely rent-fed because no irrigation, practically there is very little.
No agriculture.
So agriculture is very rent-fed to the large extent. Irrigation is very limited.
Your parents have got their own industry or own business. What type of business?
Sir, we have cloth store.
Pardon?
Cloth store.
Cloth store.
Yes, sir.
So, ready-made garments or just cloth pieces?
Everything from ready-made to garment to fabrics.
And how old is this shop?
So now it's going to be 30 years old.
30 years?
Yes, sir.
And both your mother and father run it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And you have done BTech or B?
BTech, sir.
BTech
Yes,
from ISM. What is ISM?
So Indian School of Mines. Yes, sir.
And you've been an assistant audit officer. That is from SSC,
Yes,
Staff
sir.
Service
Yes, sir.
Selection Commission.
Yes, sir. 2021 batch.
And you are at present, you are in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Kartavya Slum Education. What is this?
So we had a student NGO in ISM Dhanbad where we used to go to slum and target students from vulnerable section of society. We used to provide them books. We used to provide them with digital education in whatever ways possible. And after teaching them to some extent, we used to get their admission in private schools. The students who were topper, they used to get admission in the best school of Dhanbad.
Coming to slums, do you know which is the biggest slum in Asia?
Sir, I think it's Dharavi.
Good.
Yes.
Good, you know that. You participated in Asia Pacific Urban Forum
Yes, sir.
by UN Habitat in Indonesia. Where in Indonesia?
Sir, Jakarta.
Jakarta.
Yes.
Now, Jakarta is, there is an imminent danger in Jakarta. What is that?
So seafloor level is rising, due to which they are saying that Jakarta will be completely submerged in coming future. Hence, they changed the capital to somewhere else.
Where
Recently.
you don't know?
Sir, I have to look it up. I forgot
Okay,
the name.
yes, read it. And what is Saheli?
So Saheli was a women education and skill development program that we used to run as an NGO.
When you were in
In college, yes, sir.
Okay.
So we used to teach them computer. We used to teach them swimming.
And you were Other curricular activities, well, cooking.
Yes, sir.
So what type of food do you cook?
So I generally cook the traditional food, like food that we eat daily. In particularly, my favorite is veg biryani.
Veg biryani.
Yes, sir.
Okay, veg biryani, dal, and say aloo bharta. What one ingredient is there without which this cannot be eaten?
So salt.
Good, good. Now, civil services main, you had appeared in interview in 2022.
Yes, sir.
How many marks did you receive?
So 172.
172 out
Yes,
of
sir.
250,
So
275.
275. Sir.
Very good.
Sir.
And how much did you receive in written?
Sir, 745. It was just the written was something which was weak at that time.
So, by how much marks did you miss the bus?
25.
25
Yes,
marks. Next time you are appearing?
Sir, I'll try to. I got recently married, so I'll try to manage.
You got married?
Yes, sir.
What does your wife do?
She is software engineer in Visa Technology.
Based in Delhi?
No, sir, Bangalore.
Oh, you live in Delhi and she is in Bangalore.
Yes,
That's
sir.
pathetic for the newlyweds. Now, last question. What is PLI, PIL, and IPL?
Sir, PLI production linked incentive, and IP is I'm forgetting. It's intellectual property right. Intellectual property rights, I think.
No, that's the IPR.
IPL, Indian Premier League.
And PIL, PILs.
Public interest litigation.
Okay, good. Over to you.
Akash,
Yes.
in the famous insurance company LIC, there are 5 things. One is Akash.
One is?
Akash.
Yes, sir.
What are the other 4?
So I'm not sure. I can guess.
Please.
So maybe on the name of 5 elements.
Yes. What are those?
Agni, Akash, Vayu, Prithvi, Jal.
What is their logo in this? LIC's logo. The catch line.
I have to read that. Sir.
You know it. Tell me. One is Akash.
Sir, I'm not getting it, sir.
पृथ्वी, अग्नि, जल, आकाश सबकी सुरक्षा हमारे पास.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
That is. What does it mean further? Prithvi, Agni, Jal, Akash. We don't have to Suraksha to the Akash.
Yes.
What are these things?
They're talking about the human being, like the body, the life, which has been composed of from 5 elements.
See, they are saying Prithvi, Agni, Jal, Akash, सबकी सुरक्षा हमारे पास. Right? They cannot have Suraksha of Prithvi. LIC cannot do Suraksha of Prithvi. They cannot do Suraksha of Agni. They cannot do Suraksha of Akash. Akash, who can do? Why? How can LIC, such a small organization, can do Suraksha of Akash? What are these things? Prithvi, Agni, Akash.
There's some literal meaning to it.
So elements.
They cannot protect elements. Why?
They are protecting us from. They are giving insurance for those kind of problems like earthquake, rain, disaster.
They are not giving us protection. They are saying Prithvi, Agni, Jal, Akash, सबकी सुरक्षा. It means all 4 की सुरक्षा हमारे पास. Means what?
So I'm not getting it at the moment.
Okay, I'll read it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, you are working in NGO.
Yes, sir.
Whatever NGO does, first, most of the NGOs are embroiled in some kind of controversy or the other. Embezzlement of funds, misuse, misappropriation of funds. Number 1. Number 2, whatever NGO does, the government is supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Teach the children, protect the environment, protect the forest, whatever NGO does, government. So why NGOs are into this job and government? We should tell the government do it.
So they are the civil organization. As to, I think the importance of NGO lies that they are in the grassroots level.
The government has to be in grassroots level.
Yes, sir.
Government can be, collector is in the grassroots level. Collector of a district, he touches the grassroots. Whatever government schemes we have, Ujjwala, Gas Yojana, and then feeding to the poor, etc. This is done by government, and the collector does it. Why not we tell the government to do it? Why NGOs put their nose into it and then go enter into controversy, funds and all that?
Sir, in an ideal scenario where government has infinite resources and they have a complete outreach, ideally we would not need an NGO. However, we have a situation where we have limited resources. The resources is not reaching to everyone, and government is at present unable to cater each and every person. So NGO is practically extended arm kind of to provide social services and benefits to the local population.
Okay, I'll give it to you that. Now, what is EPF? It is a EPF organization. Is it a trust or some startup or some company or some LLP? What is this nature of the EPFO?
So it's social security organization, statutory organization created by Act of Central Government. It is an attached body with Ministry of Labour and Employment.
Attached body means it's an arm of the government?
So they work under Ministry of Labour and Environment.
What is the nature of the organization? Is it a company? Is it a trust? It is a startup? Or it is LLP, partnership firm? What is the nature of this?
So I had to look it up, but it's a corporation, means it has a separate administration of its own.
It's a corporation headed by
CPFC.
What is CPFC?
Central Provident Fund Commissioner.
Yes. Okay.
I'm forgetting the name. I read it. Therefore.
Acha, you are an assistant audit officer, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the difference between audit, inquiry, investigation? When you go for audit, you investigate also. Why you call it audit? We are going for investigation. You find something wrong, we make audit para or investigation para, and you tell them why acquire another audit term? What's the difference between these three?
So investigation is a part of audit. In audit, we are not there to find a mistake. We are not there to impose a penalty. We are there to check and certify whether all the processes are being followed by a particular organization or not.
But that's investigation.
Say it's one part of audit. Investigation is one part of audit. The second part is the corrective measure that we provide. That is not done under investigation. That is a separate part. After
in audit, you provide corrective measures.
Yes, sir, we do. In audit reports, we have we always suggest a corrective measure as to how to correct that issue, that particular issue which we point out.
Corrective measures you provide.
Yes, sir.
In audit.
Yes, sir.
And inquiry.
So inquiry is more about a fact-finding mission. I go there, I check whether all the documents, all the finances are placed or not, whether there is some discrepancy. That would come under the scope of investigation alone.
Okay. You are electrical engineer also?
Yes, sir.
What is Fleming's left-hand rule and Fleming's right-hand rule?
Sir, these rules relate to electromagnetic induction. However,
what are those rules?
Sir, I forgot it. It has been 7 years for me.
It was taught in the first semester of the first year.
Yes, sir. It has been a decade now. But I can try if you permit.
Okay. On what basis we understand the relations between two countries? That these two countries have relation, these two countries do not have relation. What are those parameters? So
the first and foremost is how do we project each other in narrative held by the countries. More tangibly, trade relation between countries, the amount of
trade relations and
the kind of partnership, the defense partnership or the information sharing we have, the labor laws, social security agreements we have or not.
Okay.
Apart from that, the amount of tourism, the amount of people exchange that a country is having.
Very good. Okay.
Okay. Akash, CPFC.
Yes. I forgot his name actually.
It is
her name.
Srimati Neelam.
Yes, ma'am.
Shami Rao.
Neelam, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. What are the recent initiatives of EPFO?
So, ma'am, a large amount of initiative that EPFO has taken has been in IT sector. where there is online claim filing, online Jivan Praman Patra. Then one can check the compliance online as to in the matter of online inquiry, online hearing. This have been done on the IT sector. Apart from that, the EPFO has come up with
Sparsh and all.
Nidhi Aapke Nikat, Prayas. Then there is principal employer compliance mechanism. This all things EPFO has come up after COVID.
Okay. What is the difference between revenue and capital accounts?
A revenue account is something where income and expenditure pertain to a particular year from this financial year only. Capital account is something where receivings or expenditure, they provide return for a larger period of time.
Okay. As an assistant audit officer, as per my understanding, carrying out audits and all, and your role would be more or less similar to what an AIPFC would do?
More similar to EOAO.
What is that?
Enforcement officer and account officer.
Okay. So you did engineering, then you came over to this auditing thing. Now you are wanting to get into EPFO, and you are simultaneously trying for CAC as well. What is your main motto?
Ma'am, public service, remaining closest to public as possible, and to do something particularly good for them at a personal capacity as well. Because in my college days, I was associated with more than one NGO, and that propelled me towards this particular goal.
So you aren't satisfied being in this CAG?
I wouldn't call the unsatisfied. It's great experience. You get to learn a lot in audit. However, it's farther away from the common public that I'm talking about. As I go to EPFO as APFC, I would be much closer to the up close public service,
General
like direct
public
public
dealing.
service. Yes, ma'am.
And more closer once you become an IAS or so.
Definitely, yes.
So
IAS is more about the diverse nature of experiences that they have. It's something personal as well.
okay, so therein if you somehow get to crack it till IRS or revenue services or something like that, would you leave EPFO then?
Ma'am, I think I'll leave APFC only for IAS, or maybe IPS, because these two jobs only deal with public directly. Rest
Not even IFS?
IFS, I'm not even considering at the moment, I think.
Why so?
Because that, ma'am, there's two aspects to any job. That one is professional aspect and second is personal. To excel in professional aspect, I need to be personally satisfied with the job I'm having. It should fit with somewhere with my life vision. So if I am truly motivated to do something for common public personally, then IFS would be farther away from the Indian public. So,
and your wife as well. Great. Okay. What are your opinions on the recent changes to the education system, the NEP which has been introduced?
Ma'am, I think it has been really good, because the best striking feature that I personally felt was that one could change the stream from inside the college as well.
Exactly.
Because that is something large amount of population in India, they are choosing electrical, they are choosing engineering or medical. Once they get into electrical engineering, then they feel that yes, maybe I should have taken history. So it will provide them this liberty. Apart from that, there is a big push for IT education from class 6, from class 9. So that is the future, I think.
Okay. Just jot down or list few of your strengths and weaknesses, and how would that help you in your profession?
Ma'am, I am very dedicated to whatever I do.
That is your weakness or strength?
Strength.
Okay.
I overdo it. That is my weakness at personal level, I think. Apart from that, I am very solution-oriented person. I have good analytical skills when it comes to a particular situation. Weaknesses, I think I need balance between professional and personal life, because once I get into the work I do, my personal, as you can see, takes a backseat.
Okay, so balance, personal, professional
Yes,
life
ma'am.
balance is required. Great. Thank you, Akash.
Thank you.